Got it. Okay. All right, guys. So today we are going to go back over how to organize your Google Docs. And a lot of people are not aware that you do have a free program when you get with Google, and it is a Google Doc. It works just like Microsoft Office. It has all the bells and whistles of Microsoft Office for free. So let me share my screen. And so for those of you that are not aware, when you click on your tab and you are in Google Chrome, you are going to see these amazing 9 little dots right here. And they do serve as a purpose. And the purpose is they give you access to all kind of tools that you have that you can use for your site. So one of the main things that we use is everybody has their Gmail is one of the perfect things that you use for. You also have your Google Drive, which is what I use for everything. I used to pay for my Microsoft Office. I still do because I have a lot of stuff in there. But one of the things that Google has in this drive is they have that access. The other thing is your calendar. You want to make sure you have that calendar. So when you click on those 9 dots, you're going to pull up your drive. You see mine's full. It has a little bit of everything in there. This is how I stay organized. Everything that I'm in this week, it always shows up as your quick access so you can go right to it. So you know what you're in a lot of times. I'm always in my SD leads, my advertising, my SMS messages. I'm using those every day. So a lot of you, when you come here, this will be blank. And I'm going to show you what it looks like. When I come to new, I'm going to create a new folder. Okay. Let's see if it's going to work on me. So when you create a new folder, it's going to come up blank. And the folder is what you want to start with your advertising. So in this one, you're going to name it your advertising or your ad template. Okay, and then just create. And you can name it whatever you want that can be easy for you to remember. All right, so once you get in there, you're going to see this little folder that pops up, and you just click on it, and it opens up to a blank page. Now, this page is what you manipulate to fix it however you want to. Since we know we're going to have ad templates in here, we want to make sure that we have everything in here that we need for advertising. Now, the good thing about Google Drive is it's totally mobile. It's a cloud, just like your Dropbox. So you can actually download the Google Drive on your phone. Any phone, Google Play, it has Google Play. You can do it on iTunes. Any phone that has that capability and has the space, you can download the app. Now, a lot of people say, well, I don't want to take up that much space on my phone. Just remember, the app takes up the space, not the content. Google Drive is a cloud, so everything's going to be stored somewhere else. You just have access with it through the cloud. So it's totally mobile. It's portable. So you can actually house everything that you have in your Microsoft Office documents in your Google Drive. So you say, well, how do I do that? So the first thing you want to do is create multiple folders for what your ads are going to be. And you're going to come over here to your new, and you're going to click a folder. And you just add your folder and you name it. And you want to name your ads for what you are advertising. So if you're going to do wine, then you name it wine. And you create that folder. Okay, and your folder is going to populate. Okay, and then you're going to create another folder and say you want to do that one for your Velveeta. You always want to make sure you have your anchor offers and create. And that folder is going to populate. And you're going to create another folder. And in that folder, come on, my computer's thinking too much. So then you're going to create another folder, and you can do your Sephora. Create another folder, and just whatever it is you're going to be advertising, you want to make sure it's in that folder. Okay. And then from here, I'm going to go and do images, create a folder for images. So now what you can do in here is you're going to come in and let's do our images. I'm going to open my image folder. And now I have a blank folder. Again, you're going to go in and create your folder for your different images. And you want to make sure that they're organized, same as you did with your folders. You're going to create a wine folder for images. You're going to create a nootropic, so you can do like weight loss, because all kind of things can go in weight loss. So this one's going to be a little bit more detailed. And then you can type in sleep. You can create a folder for wine social, parties. And then you can do like vacation resorts or vacation sites. So you can just get really creative, and you know what you already have. Again, and you can do logos, memes. For those of you that are in the memes program. Didn't like that. Okay. Logos, memes, and logos. So now it did it double. My computer's a little bit behind. So now what do? It's like, okay, well, I have all these folders. How do I fix them? How do I get what I want here? So most of you have your Dropbox that you have your memes and logos in. A lot of you have stuff that you stored on your computer, be it either in your file folder. So if you go to your file folder, those of you that have Microsoft, you have all your files over here, and you're just going to click. If you have it in your Dropbox is going to be labeled. If you have it in your images or pictures, you're going to have everything there. If you have documents or templates, you're going to have things there. So I'm going to show you how to import those from your existing file and put them on your Google Drive. So I'm going to click on the actual folder, my logos and memes, and it's going to open up, and again, it's blank. So then I'm going to come here where it says new, and I'm going to come here where it says upload a folder. Now, I have a whole folder for just my memes and logos. If you had a particular file you wanted to upload, then you're going to say upload a file. But I want to upload the whole folder. So I'm going to click upload a folder, and it's going to ask me where's that folder. Okay. Because I've been in it before, it's going to pull up the last thing that I was in. But I'm just going to come over here. I'm going to click my Dropbox, and I'm going to find the folder that I want. I want the logos folder. So I'm just going to click on that, and I'm going to hit upload. And it's telling me it's uploading all of my folders. Okay, and I'm going to tell it to upload. And it's going to take a bit because I have a lot of folders in there. So now there's all of my logos. So then when I click on this folder, it's still uploading. There's all of my folders with all of my memes and logos based on how I have that folder organized. So now my pictures are in here for my logos and memes. And it's uploading. It's going to take it a while because it says it's going to take it an hour and a half to upload it, but it might not always take that long. So then I'm going to come back to your drive. I'm going to come back to this template. And there's my images. And so my logos and memes are being uploaded. Well, now I have some more images, say some for sleep. I want to upload images for sleep. So I can do the same thing. I'm going to go to new, and I'm going to say, well, I just want to upload a file. So I'm going to click on file, and it's going to ask me, where's that file? So then I'm going to come back here, and I'm going to go to my Velveeta. And I only have my brain images in the Velveeta, or do I have one for sleep? So let's go back and look in Dropbox, and let's look in blogging pictures. And let's look for sleep. See if I did one for sleep. I think I still might have it. Let's see what I have in Velveeta in here. So in here I have, there's one I can use for brain. I can do, oh, that's one I did real good there. Here's one I did for nootropics. I'm going to do one for here. Focus, I can do that one. So let's pull this one. So I'm just going to do that. And it's going to bring that one file over here. And it might take it a minute because see, it's telling me it's going to upload that one when this other one gets finished. So it's going to be a minute since I did the big one first. But then that's how you can do that. And then you say, well, I have templates. So I'm going to come to my add templates and I'm going to go to my wine. Okay. And then here I want to do a document. Okay. But again, I want to do a folder. And I want to do just wine itself. And then I want to do another folder because I have wine and cigars. And then I can do another folder that has wine business. Okay. So then from here, I'm going to open this up and I'm going to do the wine business. And I'm going to create a new Google Doc. Now, some people will do Google Sheets. It really depends on how you want to do it. I like to do Google Docs. And then it's going to open up a folder just like it would a new Word document. The difference is you get to name this one, and I'm going to put wine business as my title for this particular document. And then the one thing that I do that helps me stay focused is I come and I open my website and I come to my search and I type in the word business because I want it to pull up everything in my site that I have pertaining to business or business opportunities. So I'm just going to pull up business. So then it's going to give me a listing of all of my businesses that I have. So I just want to do the one for wine. This is one I did the other day for just happenings, event happenings, and I'm going to give it to my students so that anytime an event changes, all I have to do is change the date and the events, but I don't want to advertise that one. So here's another one I want to do is I'm going to say business investments, and I'm going to click on the link, and there's my link for my page. So I'm going to copy that, and I'm going to come to my wine business, and I'm going to type in links in my document. I'm going to title it wine business. And then I'm going to put links. And then I'm going to paste my link. So when I do my advertising, I don't have to go and search my website for links that I want to use. And then I'm just going to hit my back button and come down to my next business page. And this was my next one, roadmap for business. And I'm going to copy that. And I'm going to do the same thing. And I'll do this for every page that I have related to business. Some of these may not be business for wine exclusively, but they're all business. And I can bounce back and forth with this page with another thing I'm going to be doing. I'll show you how you can interchange different aspects of your folders once you get them set up. It's just a matter of getting them set up. Home-based business ideas. And I'm going to do the same thing, copy that, come back in and put my link here. And then go back to my site, hit the back button. And the reason I'm hitting the back button instead of researching is so it brings me right back to where I left off and I'm not wasting time. That's the one thing you don't want to do is waste time. You want to make sure that everything you're doing is productive and that it's there to help you grow your business. So don't ever feel like you're wasting time if you're doing something constructive and productive. And once you get these set up, then it's just a matter of when you go to actually advertise, then you're going to have the option to have all kind of different things that you can do. Sometimes I'll go in and I print one and on the fly, I'll go in and adjust something straight from that ad. Then I'll copy it and paste it in my template. And the next thing you know, I have a whole new ad. 1 or 2 words can change your whole ad. Okay, went too far. Come on. All right. So I'm gonna get one more. I know I have quite a few in here, but I'm gonna get one more. So this one's coffee. I want to do 1 for 1. I'm doing wine, so I'm not going to do that one. That one's all about coffee. Here's one fine wine business. And then I'm going to copy that. Okay. And then what you can do from here, and a lot of you were like, well, I already have a template done. I do too. So you're going to go to wherever you have your template stored, whether it be in your Dropbox, whether it be in your Word documents, and you're just going to pull up that file. Okay. And I'm going to go here and I'm going to do like my ad template. So I have ad templates in here, 2 different ones. So I'm just going to pull up this one. And this was one that's very chaotic. There was no really rhyme or reason. I would think of something and just start writing it down. There was no organization to it. But the good thing about what we're doing now is now I can go back and organize it. So this one is one that I'm going to just search for wine. So here's some things I have about wine. Wine Lovers Unite, wine and keto. But I don't have any really documents or headlines here. It's just where I started writing things. So I want to find where I have my headlines. And here's some more things I can do for wine, but I'm not doing that one. So we're going to look for the headlines that I have for my wine business. So that's costumes, seasonal. So there's a little organization, but not much. You see how I'm having to scroll down to find what I'm looking for? So what I'm doing now is going to alleviate you having to do that. Now you can just go to your folder that you're creating and you're going to have everything right there that you need instead of having to scroll down and find it. And this might not even be the one that has my wine on it. Like I said, I got 4 different ones that I created. And it's very unorganized, but yeah, this one doesn't even, okay, here's some, but it doesn't, here we go, home businesses. So this one is about business. So again, we're going to type in and I'm going to just copy this and I'm going to put it in my Google Doc. Just paste it in there. And there's your headline. So that's, and then you're going to do your description. And again, you want to make this a little bit different from what you have, what you already have, so you can tell that it's a different aspect of what you're doing. And this is where you're going to put literally your descriptions, and you can go back to your folder or your file where you had your various descriptions and you can copy them right back into there. Here's one we're just going to do, hobby, and put that in there. Now, based on what I've done, I'm actually going to turn this into wine business and home business. So now I can come back and grab these other links that I had in here for work from home. So I can actually pull all of these links in here, and some of them may be the same, some of them may be different. And add these here to my links. So now it's just a matter, okay, how do I want to market this? Do I want to market this as a wine business or a home-based business? The good thing about it is the way that you structure your description determines on which link you're going to use. Do you going to send them to your home-based business, or are you going to have them exclusively for wine? The good thing about it is if you have your pages already created, once you start creating your template, then you can direct them how you want it. You can pull out the wine aspect of the work from home. You can pull out the Bella Vita aspect of work from home. You can pull out anything that is in that page. That's the one thing you want to make sure is that when you're advertising, that whatever you put in your little advertising blurb is actually in the page that you're advertising to. So you don't want to be talking about, hey, come get your clothes here, and you send them to a link and there's just like a one line that talks about clothes and everything else is trying to send them to another page or another site to get a business or to get something that's totally unrelated to what you're doing. Number one, you can get kicked off your advertising site for that. And number two, you're going to get a bad reputation for your website. So you want to make sure that you are advertising exactly what you say you're advertising, but you can allude to other things as long as it's in your page. So we're going to look at this, and then I'm going to come up here and actually change the title. So when you come to your site up here, I'm going to change this title to Wine Business and Home, or Wine and Home Business. Okay. Now, the good thing about working in Google Docs or Google Drive is that it's in real time. You don't have to save it. It saves when you leave it, or it saves when you finish it. So I've had people ask me, well, where do I save it? It saves it in the cloud. It saves it in your Google Drive. You don't have to go in and manipulate it. You don't have to go in and hit save to. It's in your Google Drive right where you left it. When you go in and add something or changes something, it changes it right then and there. You can manipulate it however you want to, and that's where it stays. So you can come through here and do all your different things like that. So now we had the wine set up, and you can just go back and copy. Some people's like, well, I have it in a file. Well, guess what? You can come through here and say, okay, I got this business information. So I'm just going to come back to my wine proposal. There's my doc, but it's like, well, I got a whole file of templates that I want to put in here. I don't want to just copy and paste individual files. You can do the same thing. You can hit new. As long as you are still in the file that you are wanting to put it in, you can open the new and hit upload the whole folder, and it will upload it in the file you are in. So if you are in wine, make sure you're in your wine folder. Don't be in your add templates and say, well, I want to upload my wine folder. Then it's going to create another folder down here, and it's not going to be where you want it. So you always want to make sure that you open up the folder that you want to be in, and then you can create anything within that folder so that you know everything that you create and bring over is going to be related to Bella Vita. And you're going to do the same thing that's here. I'm going to create a folder. And this one, I'm going to do brain. Create. So that I know everything in that one's going to be about brain. I'm going to create another folder and talk about sleep. Okay. So now I have my individual ones, and you can even go one further if you have memes exclusively for that. So I can come here and do a folder and do and create that. And then I can just click on this, and I'm going to go to upload a folder. And again, I'm just going to go to logos, and I'm going to find the one folder that I want and upload that. So here's the nootropics. And so I have sleep and weight loss. I can upload that right there and hit upload. It's only got 2 in that one, which is fine. And it's going to upload that folder. So now when I go and look at it, my images are going to be there, and I can do another one. I'm going to hit upload the whole folder. And I'm going to go back here to logos. And I am going to hit the word. I'm going to go to resize logos. And here's some that I have for nootropics. So I'm going to grab that one and hit upload. And it's telling me there's 19 files in that one, and I'm going to upload that one, and it's going to put it right there. So now I have my images in here. So then I'm going to come back to Velveeta, and now I have my weight loss, my brain, and then my logos. So if I click on here, then I'm going to see my folders here for my images. So I can actually have my images. And then when I go back to my Velveeta, I can do the same thing. I'm going to open this up. I'm going to come back to new and create a Google Doc. And I'm going to name this one, and you can do individual ones. So this one's going to be brain. Nootropics. Okay. And then again, you're going to do the same thing. You're going to go and copy your links or name your website or name your page. So you know what that's about. And you can customize this if you want to copy and paste, if you want to, you know, colorize it. You can do anything you can to it. Some of the sites that you go to will actually paste it in the colors of how you set it up. Some of them won't. So it just depends on how you play with it, on how it looks. And again, you're going to do your links. You're just going to pull them from your site. And again, I'm just going to come here and type in brain. And it's going to pull anything up that has to do with brain. And then I'll go and do another search for nootropics. And I'm just going to copy my links. And you don't have to do this every time. You know, you don't have to sit here and say, okay, I got to do this all day. If you have a particular thing that you want to be focusing on that day for advertising, I advertise every day. And I just come and pull a folder. Literally, I pull a folder and I use that folder. So every day I can go in and advertise something new. I can change things. I can, you know, add things around. If I'm creating a new page, I know exactly where I want to put that page when I get finished with it, and get it advertised. I'm just going to go in and add to it. So I'm going to come back here and I'm going to search my site for my other one. And the reason I'm clicking on my own title, I've had people ask me, why are you clicking on your title? Because this right here is a search, and this question mark inside your search item does not go to the page you want them to go to. That's only for you as a search. So if you put that link in any ad and it's got that question mark, it's not going to pull up your site. It's not set up that way. This is just an individual search for me, for my site. That's why I click on the individual title so that it pulls up my actual page. Then I can get the link from that. You don't want to put in this question mark. If you've put in a link and it has this question mark, it's not going to go where you want it to go. That's just letting them know that you have a search. You did a search. Vitamin D. Yes, I'm going to do the vitamin D. I actually have a link to brain for the vitamin D underneath there. If you don't have a vitamin D page, get one. Just letting you know you need a vitamin D page. Great stuff, vitamin D. And I think should be one more since I didn't do brain. Okay. So now this is going to sleep, but I also have brain in there. So now I'm going to switch my search to nootropics because I have another one for nootropics. So I'm going to come back to my search. And type in nootropics. And again, I'm just going to click on that. Let's see what else I have in here. I think I already did that one. What is brain food? Yep, I already did that one. And okay, so she looks like it's it for that one. And then sleep. So then I'm finished with that one for brain. So I'm done with that. So I'm just going to close out of these. And then I'm going to go back to Velveeta. And then I'm going to do my sleep and weight loss. All right, so you see what I did right here? I actually have my brain under my sleep and weight loss. I don't want that. So you're like, well, how do you fix that? It's quite easy. You're going to open up that. And you're going to basically tell it to move it. And it's going to ask you where you want to move it to. Hopefully mine's going to ask me. It's supposed to ask me. Ask me where to move to. And of course, it don't want to do it while I'm here. There it goes. So then it's going to ask you where you want to move it to. Let's see if I can move this up out of the way. I can't see what I'm doing. So it's going to ask where you want to move it to. Okay. And I want to move it to sleep. That was, no, it was, yeah, I want to move it to brain. And then I just tell it to move. So now when I come back to Velveeta, there's my folder in brain where I wanted it. And then when I come back to Velveeta, my sleep folder is empty, which it should be. So it's very easy if you mess something up to move it. There's commands for everything. You don't have to worry about losing anything. That's the good thing about this is you don't need to lose it. So then I'm going to come here and open up my sleep. So now I'm in sleep. I'm going to open up a Google Doc. And I'm going to name it Sleep and Weight Loss. And this is just how I stay organized. You can always do your own titles. You're going to find what works best for you to make sure that you're organized and to make sure you can find what you need when you need it. And like I said, the good thing about this is I have my Google Doc on my iPhone. And if I'm out and about somewhere and it's like, okay, I got like 20 minutes, I got to wait on something. I don't have to let it be wasted time. I can pull up my Google Doc on your phone. The good thing about it being on your phone is you can pull up your Google Docs. You can pull up your images, your logos, your memes on your Google Doc folders and files. And there's an option to send them to your social media. So the thing about social media is a lot of it is through your phone. There's one app in particular, Instagram. It's phone only. I mean, there are some platforms you can use and purchase to set it up with your desktop or your laptop and have it go and schedule it to go to your Instagram. But Instagram is predominantly through the phone. So it's a good thing when you have this type of program that you can use it and it's mobile, because then all you do is you pull up your images. You're going to tell it to send it to your Instagram. It's going to upload it to your Instagram and then profile. And then you just send out a quick message along with your image and you're done. Social media. It's very, like I said, mobile. It's very forgiving. And again, I just do the same thing over and over. But you don't have to do everyone at one time. Like I said, if you want to advertise Velveeta one day, and it's like, okay, I'm going to come in and make me a Velveeta link. Then you're going to come to your website and pull up everything that you have for that particular product that you want to market for that day. And then the next day you do the same thing and say, okay, I'm going to do wine today. Well, what aspect of wine are you going to do? Are you going to talk about the wine business? Are you going to talk about wine as a beverage? Are you going to talk about wine as a gift? Are you going to talk about wine as a social media outlet? Are you going to talk, how are you going to market your wine? And then that determines how you're going to do your advertising. So now I'm going to type in sleep. And I'm just going to do the same thing. and click on and get my link. So when Roy comes in Saturday and says, all right, guys, we're going to start creating templates, then all you're going to be doing is pulling up your Google Drive, and he's going to tell you, we're going to do wine today, we're going to do Bella Vita, and you're going to pull up your folder. You're going to have your Google Doc pulled up, ready to go. And then all you have to do is start writing when he starts writing. Modify what he modifies, change what he needs to change, make everything your own. You're already going to have all your links for your pages already set. And then all you're going to be doing is creating your headlines and your descriptions. You already have the hard thing set up, which is setting up your actual template platform. And that's where a lot of people get confused. There's like, well, what's a template? Where do I get my template? And this is what we are creating, is your template. Once you have your template done, all it is literally a matter of copying and pasting where you want to copy and paste. And that's what we all got in for, is copy and paste. There is work involved. And once you have the work done, then literally copying, pasting is what you will be doing. I don't want to do that one. That was just for students. One. I think that might be the last one. And some of you are like, well, how do I know what I need to talk about? What are some of the things that I need, how do I get a headline? How do I figure out what I want to write? How do I figure out what I want to talk about? Use your own page to get that information. So when I come to my pages for sleep, and I go in here and I copy on the link and open up my page for sleep, I can read it and say, okay, what am I talking about? Okay. Do you find yourself sleepy and unable to sleep? So that would be a great headline. So when I come down here and start my headline, I can get my fingers to write, then that's going to be what I'm going to say. I'm tired. And your headline is going to be an attention grabber. And your attention grabber is something that's relating, everybody can relate to. Okay. And then you always want to have at least, I say, as many as you can, but you want at least a bare minimum of 3 to 5 headlines. And I found out, instead of saying more sleep, that you need better sleep, tends to get better results, because most people, they sleep more. If you're like me, if I sleep more, I wake up sick. You need better quality sleep, not necessarily more sleep. Just throwing that out there. Okay. And then you're just going to come in and you're going to write your description. And again, use your own page to get you started. What did you write about this topic? You can go back to your own page, read your own writing, go to the actual site to where you got your affiliate and read what they say about your product, and use that to get you started, to get the actual feel of what your product does. And then you're going to write that in there. you know. Why is my lock cap on? I'll get it here in a minute, guys. Okay, short and sweet. And then what you can do is there's different products in here, or different little one-liners. If you actually look at the site, it gives you all these little one-liners that you can use. Like this is the one I use for wrinkles. That's another one I can throw in here. So sleep helps the sign of aging. So there again is another topic. Oh, got to find my pass. I usually have my Melavita packet sitting here so I can write down things on the back of it. GMO, I think it's GMO.
Yeah, Shield, they're non-GMO, gluten-free,
Yeah,
vegan.
there you go. That's it. Gluten-free, and what was the other one? Vegan-friendly, non-GMO, gluten-free.
Vegan and keto-friendly.
There you go.
Good stuff, Maynard.
All right. So you're giving them a teaser. Rory always says tease them. Give them just enough to pique their interest and get them to your site. So here's 2 descriptions. And guess what? Both of these descriptions can be used with any of these products, with any of these pages. I could even use it for the for the brain. So you want to be able to cross market with your thing, with your ads. And then as you go and actually do the advertising, you'll be thinking of other things. And I promise you, when you write down a new ad, and you might say, well, I only added a sentence or two, or I only changed one word or two words, that changes your whole ad. When you go to these different ad places, that changes your ad, not the same anymore. You might attract a different clientele of people. You might have that little extra from just those two words or rearranging a sentence, but it changes your whole ad. So copy it and put it with your description as another ad that you can use in another site. So that's how I use mine. And then say you have a student that's having issues with trying to figure out how to start a template. Some people say, well, how do I share? Okay, the thing about it is yes, you can share, but you want to make sure you share your link only and not give them access to edit your information. Because if you give them that access, then they can literally come in and change your templates because you gave them access to it. So the thing you want to do is, yes, you can share it. I share mine keywords all the time with my students. So you're just going to click up this share button, and all you want to do is click on the link right here where it says get link. Copy the link. You never want to add them to your group. When you add them to the group, you give them access to go in and change your information or change your template or modify your template. You don't want to do that. You just give them the link and they can come and view your template. They don't have access to change it. So if you've given people, shared your link with people, then you've given them access to go in and manipulate your site or your file. And you don't ever want to do that. Your file is yours, but you can share it. You can give people ideas. You just get the link and they have a view only link. Okay, so just throwing that out there for people. So now that's my training. So when you come back to your Google Docs, and you always want, again, I have my folders up here so that I know where they are. I have my training. So I want to bookmark, and I have mine bookmarked. So you want to bookmark your drive. For those that don't know how, you have your folders here. You're going to click on your little star. And I want to go to my add templates so that I have everything here. So my folder is there, and I'm going to hit my star, and it's going to ask me where do I want it. Most people just look at folder and they automatically send it to their bookmark bar. Then you have these little dots here that has the bookmark bar on it. That means you have several other hidden bookmarks here. So if you can't find it, look for that little arrow, click on it and see what else you have. I guarantee you got other stuff there. So, and you want to make sure you have everything in a folder. That way you can find it. So when you pull up this and you hit your star, it's going to ask you where you want it. Then you're just going to click your drop down for those that have folders. If you don't see your folder here, you're going to click choose a folder. Okay. And then you have all your different folders that you have, and then you can just manipulate it. You can go in and put it in your Google Docs. I have mine for Google Docs. So I'm just going to click on this folder and hit save. So now I know when I get ready to go here, I can go to my training, go to my Google Docs, and there's my add templates. I click on it and it brings me right back here. It's telling me to leave, but that's okay. So now it's just going to pull my add templates back up. It'll be there for me to work at. Then when I get ready to create my wine page, I have my folder ready. I'm going to click on my folder. There's my folders for what I want to do. If I'm going to make an ad for wine and cigars, if I'm going to make an ad just for wines, if I'm going to do wine business, I just click on that folder and I'm ready to create. Just go to my new, do my Google Docs and name it and go for it. Now you can come in here. If you want to see where everything is, you're going to go to my add templates and you can create a folder. And you can name it tracking. And create. And then when you pull up that tracking, this is where you can go for those that like to track your ads where you want them. You can create a Google Sheet. And you can come in here and you can name that sheet. Ad tracking sites. And then you can come in here and list your ad sites. You can put classified ads. You can put US net ads, and then you can do it just like you would an Excel spreadsheet. It works just the same as an Excel spreadsheet. You have your different sheets down here. You can come down here to the bottom where it has sheet, and you can name it. You can put this one and rename it. Hey, this is going to be my US net ads. And then you can add another sheet and put sheet 2. This is going to be my classifieds for free ads or my classified ads. Put sheet 3. Then you can say this is going to be my Facebook ads. So you can create as many sheets as you need for each one so that you can keep track of where you've advertised, what you've advertised, just like you would any other Excel spreadsheet. It works the same. The best part about this, guys, is 2, 1, it's free. 2, it's mobile. So everything you have to modify and work your website and advertise it is mobile. It's totally transportable. You can take it with you everywhere. If you have 5 or 10 minutes and you're standing in a grocery line or sitting in traffic and backed up in traffic, sitting on the bus, whatever, pull up your phone, pull up your Google Drive and advertise your website. Traffic is the key once your website's done. Every page is a market into your site. So every page should be advertised. So that's all I have